What's up guys, Shane Starnes here, and last year I got to take a look at the Switchbot bot, which turns all of my dumb devices into smart home electronics. So it can do things like turn on my coffee pot in the morning, or makes any light switch a smart Wi-Fi connected light switch. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at some more awesome products by Switchbot. We're taking a look at the Switchbot Curtain, the Switchbot Curtain 2, and the Switchbot Remote. Big shout outs to Switchbot for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get all this stuff unboxed and see what everything comes with. We've got some reading materials, some manual here. It's gonna show you how to get this installed. This came with some clips here in case you have back tab curtains. It's gonna help the curtains to slide along the rod much easier. It comes with a little plastic strip here, which can also be used in the installation process. We've also got a USB-C charge cable to charge up your Switchbot. Switchbot charge should last for about 8 months. And then you have your Switchbot Curtain. Next up, let's go ahead and unbox the Switchbot Curtain 2. This is very similar to the original Switchbot. It's able to push 8 kilograms worth of weight. It's gonna last 8 months on a single charge. The main difference here is it has more compatibility for rod types. So in the previous version, if you had a telescopic rod, that would cause some issues, but that's no longer the case with the Switchbot Curtain 2. All right, so right off the bat, we have our Switchbot Curtain 2, and you can see the wheels here are quite a bit more substantial. That's going to help this to pass by the spot where the telescopic rod connects. All right, and you've got your indicator light here on the back with your charge port and your power button. These are adjustable, so you're going to be able to fit this on 15 to 40 millimeters of a rod. There's also a box here full of the clips. You've got a USB-C charge cable in that same box with the clips. All right, and then there's some more clips for installation. They also did send out some of these solar panels, which is pretty cool. This can extend the battery life on your Switchbot Curtain. This plugs directly into the back of your Switchbot, faces the sun, and you're gonna get more than 8 months of use because this will steadily keep a charge on your Switchbot Curtain. They also did send out some of these Switchbot Hub Minis. This is what's going to get our devices connected to the internet so that we can do things like Google Assistant and Alexa. They also sent out a Switchbot Remote, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this really quickly. And this one's pretty simple. We've got the remote itself, and we've got some sticky tape so that we can stick this to the wall. First up, I'm gonna go ahead and set up this Smart Hub Mini because I'd like to be able to use my Google Assistant to open and close the curtains. So real quickly, I'll walk you through this. Just kind of press and hold this until the indicator light blinks. Then we're gonna click next. Okay, here we'll go ahead and name this. I'm just gonna name this the Hub Mini Bedroom because this is going in a bedroom. So I'm gonna call this Hub Mini BR. We'll select the room here. Okay, and then here you go ahead and put in your Wi-Fi password. Okay, that is now connected and ready to take commands. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and add the Switchbot Curtain 2. So we'll hit the plus button, go to Curtain. We're gonna open from the middle, hit next. All right, we're gonna add the first curtain. So we're just gonna press, this is long press the button for 2 seconds until the LED light starts flashing, then tap next. All right. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add the second curtain. So same process here, we're just gonna press and hold the button until we get a blinking light, and then we'll click next. It says both have been added, so we'll click next. These are going to be grouped together so that they can work together for that same curtain rod. We'll go ahead and pick a room here. Okay, so for me, these are compatible with U-rail rod and I-rail, but for me, I've just got the standard rod. Okay, and I have the curtain rod too. So you can see that this also supports many different types of curtain rods. I've got the grommet style, so I'm gonna select grommet. And this is telling me to install this at the back. I'm going to install it at the front. So I'm gonna actually take this into the room where we're installing this and go ahead and work on that. Okay, so I'm going to install these facing out just so you can kind of see what's going on here. We're gonna take and remove one side of the arm. And we're just gonna wrap it around like so. Then we'll take and do the same thing on the other side and then just reconnect it. I'll do the same thing for the second side as well. Next up, we'll go ahead with the calibration. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and tell it when it's all the way open and stop, and then go next, tell it when it's all the way closed and hit stop. So now we're calibrated and we should be good to go. All right, now that I have these calibrated, I'm gonna go ahead and pair them to my remote. We're gonna add a new remote. All right, so we need to long press both keys for 2 seconds. So I've got my remote all paired up and ready to go. So we'll give it a try. Let's go ahead and open up the curtains. And then we'll close the curtains. I love the fact that there are many ways that you can control this. You can control it through the phone, you can control it with this remote, or with a Google Assistant or Alexa. Setting this up to work with your Alexa or your Google Home is super easy. You're just gonna click on the More tab, go to Settings, and you're gonna go where it says Cloud Services. Make sure to turn that on, and then either go to Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa. For this room, I've got the Amazon Echo, so I went to Amazon Alexa, and then you just press the connect button, sign into Amazon, and it gets it all connected. Alexa, open curtains. Alexa, close curtains. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Also thought it was worth mentioning that you can just give this a little tug to open it. So that's another good way to open these, aside from the remote and the Smart Assist. One thing I really like about this setup is that you can make everything work together. So if I was sitting in the living room, I had my curtains open, and there's a lot of sunlight coming in, increasing the temperature in the room, I can have this set up to automatically close the curtains to help reduce the temperature in the room. The way that we're gonna do that is we'll head into Scenes, we'll create a scene, and I'm going to, let's see here. We'll go to the new scene and change the name here. I'm gonna call it Too Hot. Okay, and then we're gonna add a condition. So it's already found my meter plus, and we're gonna select that. We'll say if the temperature reaches 82 degrees, because with these lights and all, it's already showing 81 degrees. So if it reaches 82 degrees, then it's going to automatically shut the curtains. So not only could you set up a scene with your temperature and your humidity in the room, but also they have this contact sensor, so you can actually set up a scene where if you leave the room, you open the door, close the door, you can set up this contact sensor to work in unison with your Switchbot Curtain 2 to actually open or close your curtains depending on whether or not you have left or entered the room. Another thing that you could potentially set up here, if you had some Switchbot lights, you could actually set this up to close your curtains, turn off the lights whenever you turn on your TV. So when it's movie time, you could have this set up to automatically get the theater room ready to go for the next movie. Also did want to make mention here that you can set these up on a schedule. So if we go to schedule real quickly here, you can choose the time and select the action, whether you want it to be fully opened or fully closed, and even the performance mode. So whether it's performance mode or quiet mode, you know, maybe you want it to be a little quieter when you wake up. Maybe you just want the sunlight to help you wake up. You don't want the noise of the motor, so you have that option there as well. And once you have this all set, you would hit save. So there are a few things that really stand out about the Switchbot Curtain and Switchbot Curtain Rod 2. So in my use case scenario, I use the Switchbot Curtain Rod 2, and I love the fact that you're able to just simply set it up in about 30 seconds. That's what they advertise, and it truly is very easy to set this up. You just put it on the curtain, calibrate it, you're good to go. Also love the fact that you're able to control it with so many different options, whether that be the remote control, whether that be with your voice with an assistant like Google Assistant or Alexa, or whether that be through the application on your phone. I love the fact that this is compatible with so many different rod and curtain configurations. It just makes things so much easier to have a solution for pretty much any curtain rod or curtain. The battery life here is just the icing on the cake. Being able to use this without having to charge this for up to 8 months, and then even like at my house, I've got a 2-story house with some windows, pretty much out of reach. There's no way I'd be able to get up there to change the battery easily without bringing out a ladder. So I love the fact they also have the option for the solar panel. That just means you're really pretty much never gonna have to climb a ladder to get to those curtains that are out of reach. With Bluetooth and the timer, you don't have to have an internet connection in order to be able to control your curtains. That's another main benefit to the Switchbot curtain. And the Switchbot curtain rod too just adds so much more compatibility with a 1.6 times bigger wheel for more approach angle, which just makes crossing the junction on a telescopic rod much more seamless. Overall, if you're looking to retrofit your curtain system and you just need something that's super easy and simple that doesn't require any wiring or electric cords, this is definitely the option for you. I'm gonna be sure to include links in the description of where you can pick up your Switchbot curtain or your Switchbot curtain rod to today. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.